Since My Little Pony is ending, I've seen people on Twitter and YouTube ask me about how I feel about the whole thing, wondering how this very show impacted me and changed me into the person I am now. I thought about this for some time, and I realized that Twitter couldn't even begin to describe what I want to convey. So then, I had an idea. After all these years, I think it's time I finally and fully explain just how much this silly show about pastel ponies mean to me. I know I've touched on bits here and there, but now I'm just gonna lay it all out on the line. Hello everybody, my name is Ashley H, and here's my story. Ever since kindergarten, I have always wanted to be a music teacher. I love to sing and everything involving the performing arts. And since day one, that's what I've had my sights on, what I worked towards. I took music lessons, learned instruments. All my jobs were childcare related, just to prepare me for this profession that I wanted so badly. This was my dream, and I was determined to make it come true. That's when I first discovered My Little Pony. I was watching TV and the show came on. I purposely watched it just to see how cringy it was, but found myself strangely liking it. I showed it to a few of my friends, cosplayed as the characters for a convention once, but that's all there was to it. It was just something I casually liked on the side. I even created a small YouTube channel just so I could sing some of the songs. I never intended to become really serious about it. Flash forward to college, where I was finally accepted into a music school, just like I had always dreamed. I was finally going to start my journey and complete my goal I had worked so hard for. The minute I arrived after driving over 10 hours, the teachers told me that I never really passed the audition and that they weren't sure about accepting me. They made me leave the room, and I heard them say that this place wasn't for me. They said that they shouldn't accept me. Finally, they agreed to let me stay for a term, telling me that I wasn't really in the program, that I had to prove myself if I wanted to be in this class, that I had to audition at the end of the semester just so I could be accepted. They said that I wasn't serious enough. But given my stubborn mind, I promised them that I would try my best to be accepted into the program, that I would give my everything. I would prove that I was serious. This was the start of it. Classes flew by one, and I heard people whispering about me in the halls, claiming that I wasn't really in the same program as them, and getting alienated from the other classmates. When I would miss a day of practice after working over 10 hours on homework and studying and lessons, they would tell me that I wasn't serious, that I should just leave if I didn't want to be there. In piano class and sight reading, when I tried to play a single note or read a line, my teacher would yell at me and tell me it was wrong, that I had no idea what I was doing, that I shouldn't be here. One teacher even walked out on my lessons, telling me that if I wasn't serious, then he wouldn't waste his time and find someone that cares. They tore me piece by piece until I was skipping classes, hiding in my room and eating alone. I had no one, and everyone just wanted me to leave. When I was in chorus class, one of my classmates turned around and asked me if I was thinking about leaving. When I said yes, they stared at me dead in the eyes and they said, "Good." And then they just turned around and left. My roommates as well started nice, but the minute I didn't clean something that day, they would throw away my plates and silverware in the trash, only to have me fish it out. I was attacked on literally all sides. I can't even recall how many times I came home and cried in the bathroom by myself. I began to hate my skills, hate my voice, and hate myself. The moment I remember most was when I had a practice on stage in front of class, and everyone was supposed to compliment the other performance. One by one, the next person got up and everyone raised their hands. giving out and saying so many nice things. But when I finished my turn, the class was silent. No one raised their hands. And all I got was a teacher telling me that I wasn't good enough in front of the whole class, that I wasn't taking this serious, that I should just leave. Could no one see that I was pouring my heart and soul into this dream that I've had my entire life? Apparently not. Apparently I just wasn't good enough. Then I found my YouTube channel again and began channeling my feelings towards that, using real life situations and feelings into parodies and putting a pony facade over it. My numbers started to grow, and that became the only place I felt loved. I felt positivity from. I formed a community and tried my hardest to please them, pouring all my time into the channel to make it better. During that time is when I saw a little SFM animation by the name of Remembrance by Argo Damien. It stuck with me, and I began to think about the storyline while I was alone in my room. Not thinking much of it, I pulled out a notebook and began to write small ideas and lyrics for the piece until the story was complete. I wanted to create, but the voice in the back of my head told me that I shouldn't even bother, that no one would watch, that I shouldn't even try. But even so, for some reason, I pushed on. The first episode came out and the response was amazing. I had never seen anything like it before. People actually liked my work. I wasn't being told I wasn't serious or that I wasn't good enough or that I sucked. I felt loved and accepted for the first time in so long. You don't understand how much that meant to me. The school year ended and I forced myself to give up on my dream of being a music teacher. Everyone around me told me I wasn't serious and that I wasn't good enough, so I believed it. I gave up and I just left. Here was this dream that I had my entire life, shattered and broken because I just wasn't good enough. The only positive response I got anymore was on YouTube. I was lost in the fact that I had to give up my dream and that I had no idea what to do now. I became depressed, hating everything about myself and not wanting to do anything. That was my darkest point. But as I poured my time into my channel, I found friends and a support system, people I could tell everything to and not be judged or pushed aside, even though they were across the country or in another country completely. It didn't matter. I found a family. I started editing myself and found my love for video editing and performing again. I would listen to my covers and not hate my voice or my face. I would be able to talk for hours on Skype and on live streams about the smallest things. And people cared. People supported me. And then, because of this little show, I gained the courage to try again. Getting my video editing degree and moving to the other side of the country in California to be with my new friends. I used to tell myself that the goals in my head were too big, that I would never reach them, that I could never be a voice actor, reach 10K, go to a convention, have friends that love me, host a panel, especially at BronyCon, or be a community guest. I used to think that it was impossible for someone like me, but not anymore. Now I have the best friends that I could ask for, one of my dream jobs, and the most caring and wonderful fans who love me for who I am. This show and this fandom helped me find my confidence, do things I never thought were possible, and show me that maybe, just maybe, I'm good enough. Hello, everybody. My name is Ashley H., and that's how My Little Pony saved my life. Thank you. I'm so sorry you had to listen to this hot mess. Now we start a new chapter. Now I can move on finally. I finally love myself and where I'm at. I have wonderful friends. And it's all because of this show. Thank you. Just thank you.